Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the Chicago Veterans Home Virtual Job Fair event sponsored by the state of Illinois. Today, we will be hearing from 5 state agencies hiring for positions across multiple industries. Each presenter will speak for approximately 5 to 10 minutes to give you some information about their organization, and will highlight the job openings they currently have and how to apply. After presentations have concluded, we will then be transitioning into small group discussions with employers. Small group discussions will be held as one continuous 50-minute session, and you will be able to move freely from room to room. Today's session is being recorded and will be made available on the Illinois workNet YouTube channel for you to refer to later. Now I am pleased to introduce Holly Guppy with Central Management Services. Holly?
Thank you. Good morning. I run the Veteran Outreach Program for CMS for the state, for the entire state. And under state law, qualified veterans are entitled to points added to their passing grade. All veterans will be required to submit a certified copy of their DD-214, DD-215, NGB-22, or NA-13038, and or retirement points worksheet as proof of service at the time of application. To receive your veteran's preference, separation from active duty must have been under honorable conditions, and one of the following conditions must be met: served a total of at least 6 months in federal service, released from active duty because of a service-connected disability, discharged based on hardship. Effective January 1 of 2000, applicants are requesting veteran preference must submit the most recent certified copy of their DD-214 or DD-215 or NGB-22 that states discharge was under honorable conditions. Once veterans' preference is established, the documentation is not required unless there is a change in veteran status. Certified copies will remain the property of CMS. Next slide, please. The first step towards obtaining a passing score for a job title is to apply. Your military service, you may receive credit towards a qualifying score for a state job title. In completing the employment resume, be sure to provide complete and descriptive information as to the positions that you held during your military service. List each change in rank separately and the dates in the rank, each rank. Average hours per week spent on duty and specific duties performed, supervisory duties performed, etc. It could all be credited towards the position that you're applying towards. The Veteran Outreach Program does offer career counseling via email or postal mail. Please submit your application to CMS counseling by email at illinois.gov. Next slide, please. There are 5 testing assessment centers, which there's almost no titles left that require an automated test. If you're required to take an automated test, you will be contacted and scheduled. Otherwise, generally, the testers are upward mobility people who are already state employees. Next slide, please. The Guide for Veteran Document Verification form is required, and you'll turn it in with your documentation. You want to read each question carefully and circle where indicated and write in the answer where indicated. First question, Did you enlist for full-time duty? Yes or no? If so, what branch? The second question, do you enlist for or transition into the Guard or Reserves? If so, what branches? One of these two needs to be yes, otherwise it's saying that you did not serve. One of these answers will be yes for you. Every question is going to tell you what document is needed. It's indicated on the form. If it's indicated on the form, it is required. And in general, it tells you where to obtain the documents required. And as always, if you have any questions, you can don't hesitate to reach out to the Veteran Outreach Program Office. Next slide, please. When submitting your most recent DD-214, the member 1 without character service is not accepted. It must have the character service on it. In addition, if it is for active duty training, it's also not accepted. If you're claiming your spouse's or child's status, either service-connected or making it a service-connected disability that makes it impossible for them to hold a civil service employment or service-connected death, please complete the Guide for Veteran Document Verification form once for yourself and once for your spouse or child. In addition, you will be required to complete the CMS 255, which you will request from the Veterans Outreach Office. Please read the verification notice and sign and date. Provide your email and phone number. Note that any alterations to a DD-214, NGB-22, or NA Form 13038 makes it null and void and disqualifies you for Veterans Preference Program. And it is a Class A misdemeanor to fraudulently represent yourself as a veteran. Next slide, please. To have your documents certified, you can go to the nearest Veterans Affairs office, and the VSOs there are not authorized to certify your DD-214 or NGB-22, but they are able to send it safely and securely to the Springfield Records section, the Springfield Records section is custodians of public record, as is if you take it to the courthouse and have it put on file. If you take it to the courthouse, you will need to make sure that they certify it on the same sheet of paper that your DD-214 is on. And they try to put it on a separate sheet of paper, but if you tell them what it's for and that it needs to be on the same sheet of paper, they usually will do that for you. If not, then you'll have to go through IDVA, and that phone number listed here is for the record section in the Springfield office. There's also a link here to help you find the nearest Veterans Affairs office. And Veterans Affairs is our sister agency, provides assistance in many areas. Their veterans service officers can assist with local, state, and federal benefits, as well as information on some of our not-for-profit that can assist with a variety of services and family-related issues. They're experienced in assisting you in applying for benefits and obtaining documentation needed to secure the benefits that you have earned. To learn more about it, you can locate your veteran service officer. You can go to this website, www.illinois.gov/veterans veterans. Next slide, please. To apply for a position, there must be a posting. In order to apply for it, you can no longer just come in and test for titles. And each time you see a title, you will have to apply for that title if you are interested in that position. Complete in detail your resume. If you haven't done so, you'll need to go on work.illinois.gov and create a profile and upload your resume to your profile. You will submit your resume to the job postings that you're interested in, and agencies collect all the applicants. Once the job posting closes, the applicants who are current state employees and have contractual rights will be processed first. If a viable candidate is not found, then the union contract and personnel rules are used to work through the rest of the applications received. The agency makes it to the open competitive list, and depending on the title of your your application will be graded based on the information provided on your resume. So that's why you want to be detailed in your resume. The titles that our agency select also require you to send your resume to the agency contact on the job posting. If you're selected, you may have to take an automated test or a performance test like typing or shorthand, or your resume will be graded based on training and experience. Should you be chosen for an interview, you will most likely receive an email from the agency requesting you to call in or respond to the email and make an appointment for the interview. I believe that's the last slide. Are there any questions in the chat?
I don't see any questions in the chat as of now, but if anyone on the call does have questions, we will have time in the breakout room portion where you'll be able to ask those questions. So thank you so much, Holly, for sharing this information. Up next, we have Brittany Ott with the Department of Corrections. Brittany, are you available?
I am. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Brittany Ott. I'm the recruiting coordinator for the Department of Corrections. I hope that if you're interested in anything that I may speak about, or you have some interest or questions at the end, that you meet with me and Angela in the breakout session. We're happy to go through anything in detail that we can to provide more information. But I'll get started on our presentation. Next slide, please. So we have a lot of locations statewide. Depending on where you live, we probably have a facility that's about an hour or so commute in any given direction. So with that means we have a lot of opportunities to hire for many different positions. We have a variety of positions at each of these locations. The most common positions that we have a need for to fill is our corrections officers, treatment officers, and our nurses. Next slide, please. So some of our entry-level positions that require a high school diploma or GED, and this list is not limited to just these titles, but these are some of our most common titles that require minimal education and experience. So we do the training for these positions, and we hire with limited experience and knowledge. Corrections officer, accountant clerk, and our office assistants and office associates. So it's a good way to get your foot in the door with the agency, even if there's a title that you have set as a goal that you would like to eventually get into. We do promote a lot, as well as the other state agencies do, by seniority and experience within the agency. So sometimes just getting started in an entry-level position, that way you can apply for other promotable titles, is a good way to get started. Next slide, please. And as mentioned before, we do hire often for nurses at many of our locations. We do have a need for nursing staff. And some of the titles that require that license or a certification and 2 years of college, maybe some minimal experience, would be the nursing positions, account techs, office coordinators, and food supervisors. And we have many of those titles at many of our facilities that we hire for. So if you're interested in any of those titles and you want to learn more about it, please meet with us in the breakout session. We can explain that, the requirements for those positions in more detail. The registered nurse position, I always like to highlight that our salaries are competitive with those in the private sector, but something that the private sector doesn't always offer that as a state agency we do, and that's that pension and that retirement. So that's already built into your salary, as well as all the other positions that we have, but it's something that makes us a bigger competitor working for any of the state agencies as opposed to the private sector. Next slide, please. And some of our titles that require 4 or more years of college. Again, this list is not limited to just these titles, but here are our most common titles. So our treatment officer, that's at our Joliet location only. So the treatment officer serves the role in the security position at that facility. So at that specific facility, we have some extensive mental health treatment for the individuals placed at that facility. So we require those officers that work at that location to have a bachelor's degree, and you can have a bachelor's degree in a few different areas. So criminal justice, law enforcement, mental health, social work, those types of titles. And you would essentially be responsible for the security role at that facility, but you would also assist the mental health professionals that are providing treatment for that population. So they all work together very closely when they develop plans to help these individuals that are in our care. And so you would have a dual role essentially as a treatment officer in Joliet. We hire for mental health professionals at all of our facilities, social workers. We have educator positions, account supervisors, and of course, public service administrators in many different capacities at all of our locations statewide. Next slide, please. So some of our requirements for the officer positions, for the corrections officer, you have to be 18 years of age, have a valid driver's license, high school diploma or GED, be a US citizen or have proof of a residency card, speak, read, and write English. Our treatment officer has the slightly different requirements, being 21 years of age and having that bachelor's degree. And again, that is only at our Joliet location. So all the other facilities hire for corrections officers. The Joliet location hires for treatment officers. Next slide, please. And as with all the other state agencies, we have great benefits. We have the health, vision, the dental. We have life insurance. We give benefit time. So you accumulate a sick day each month. We get approximately 13 holidays a year. You start off with 10 vacation days, 3 personal business days, as well as maternity and paternity leave. So some extensive time off for those that may accumulate that over the course of their career, but also just starting out, you earn a lot of that time off as well. So at the bottom of this slide, you're going to see an example of what our benefits look like when we combine them into a number and add it to a salary. So the corrections officer, for example, is one of our entry-level positions. They start out at $47,500 a year. If you add in the Social Security, the insurance benefits, and our retirement pension that we have, it looks like that person is making about $106,000 a year. So our benefits, as well as with all the state agencies that are presenting today, we have a lot to offer beyond the competitive salaries, especially for those entry-level positions. Next slide, please. We also have the upper mobility program. So that program allows individuals that have goals and titles that they want to strive for during their career. You can join this program after 18 months of being with the agency, and you can get enrolled in college courses, if that's what the requirements are for those titles that you're seeking, or taking proficiency tests. So you work with a counselor on a plan on what titles that you would like to promote into. And when there are funds available, they cover the tuition if you need an extended education, and they get you scheduled and signed up for proficiency tests to deem you qualified to interview for those positions that you are setting yourself up to promote into. So not only do we have great benefits, but we have the opportunity to promote not only within the agency, but we kind of sometimes see staff go in between agencies as well. So we like to see people advance if it's possible. The sky's the limit. If you're someone that's motivated and you're a hard worker, I see no reason why you wouldn't be able to take advantage of this program to excel your career. Next slide, please. So how to apply for the corrections officer or the treatment officer, you can just use this fancy little QR code here and just apply online. It's a short application that puts you into our system. So the next time we come to your area of the state to do a testing, the Central Screening Office would send you an email inviting you to come test with us. All the information that you need for that testing is going to be in that email. But again, if you want to visit with us in the breakout room, we'd be more than happy to go into details about what the testing consists of, as well as what the training after you are hired consists of for the officer positions. Next slide. For non-security positions, that's anything outside of an officer position, you can go to the QR code on the screen there. You're going to want to set up a profile so that you can upload your resume, any transcripts you may have, certifications, licenses, and have that ready. So if you see a job on our website that you're ready to apply for, you would have all those documents already uploaded and have your profile ready to go. If you don't see a position posted today that you're interested in at the location that you want to work at, you can simply create alerts under those categories of the preferences that you may have for a job that you want to work in. So those alerts are going to send you an email anytime they post a job that meets your specifications on a work location, an agency, and a department that you want to work in. So it's a really great way to stay informed and updated on future postings. And just because you don't see something today doesn't mean there won't be a posting next week or the week after. So all the state agencies are posting jobs on a regular basis. So if you don't want to check back frequently on the website, you just create those alerts and they will notify you when jobs are posted under your search criteria. And if you yourself are going to school, or maybe someone that you know is currently in college, we do have internship opportunities. We have application periods for the summer, fall, and spring. We actually have one coming up starting January 15th. So the QR code takes you to what our current postings are at each of our facilities and what opportunities they have to intern. And again, if you want more information about that, please visit us in the breakout session. Next slide, please. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your interest. I appreciate everyone that is on here today and the opportunity to present to you. Please, any questions at all about the application process, the requirements for the officer positions, the testing, any of that, Angela and I are happy to go into detail with you and answer any questions or provide any direction that we can. So thank you and appreciate the opportunity.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Brittany, for sharing that. Up next, we have Stephanie Ward of the Department of Children and Family Services.
All right, thank you. My name is Stephanie Ward, and I'm a recruiter for the Central Southern region of Illinois with the Department of Children and Family Services. You can go to the next slide. Okay, so just a little bit about DCFS, if you aren't familiar. We are the state government agency in Illinois that is responsible for keeping children safe from child abuse and neglect. So we do have office locations throughout the state. We have a lot of positions that we hire for throughout the state. And we hope throughout this process today that you'll eventually come work for us. Next slide, please. So these are some vacancies that we currently have in Chicago and surrounding areas. Some of them require degrees, some of them don't. Let me just go into a little bit of detail about these titles. Right now, we currently have several social service aide positions posted in Chicago. These positions do just require a high school diploma or a GED. You do also need to have a driver's license. The social service aides are assistants to our child protection investigators, and so they can travel and assist our investigators with anything that they might need. We also have Spanish-speaking social service aide positions posted. So if you're bilingual, that's something you would definitely want to apply for. That also just requires a high school diploma or GED. Also, if you have a degree, a bachelor's degree or a master's degree, we do have child protection specialist trainee option 1 and 2 is posted right now in Rockford. We do also post these throughout the state, but currently we just have one posted in Rockford. Child protection specialist trainees are for individuals who have a bachelor's degree in a related field, and I have those listed below, but it's for people who don't have any experience. So if you have a degree in a field that's related to social work or the human service field, the criminal justice field, or the education field, but no experience, then you can definitely apply for the trainee positions. They are full-time paid positions, and then they do lead into a child protection investigator. So we do hire throughout the state child protection specialists and child welfare specialists. These are direct service positions that do work with families and children involved in foster care. We do hire bilingual positions in these as well. The child protection specialist and child welfare specialist positions do require a bachelor's degree and 1 to 2 years of directly related professional experience post-degree. So these are for people who have been in the field for a little bit, have maybe been working at a private agency, or have had a job maybe working in counseling or carrying a caseload related to the human service or criminal justice field. So, and we recently just added education as an accepted major. So we can accept education as a major now, which we're excited about. So these definitely do require the degree and the experience. There's no exceptions. If you are interested in anything like in the social service field, but you want to do something where you still feel like you're making a difference, we definitely have other positions available. Right now, we are looking for office associates. These are clerical positions. They require a high school diploma or GED. Clerical positions do things such as answering phones, filing, reserving conference rooms, distributing mail, entering timekeeping, things of that nature. So we definitely have plenty of these. We hire these at all of our office locations throughout the state. Currently, we have a few posted in Chicago. One's an office associate, option 2. We have another posting called a foster licensing clerical. They do the same thing. It's an office associate. We also hire administrative assistants. So we have several of these posted right now. Administrative assistants are typically assistants to deputy directors. They might work in labor relations. They work in several different areas within DCFS. If you're looking for more of a management position, we do hire those as well. They're called public service administrators. We currently have a posting for a public service administrator option 6. That position does require a master's in social work, but we do hire positions all the time. Public service administrator option 1s. We hire option 2s. They all require different things. So just keep an eye out for those. And then if you're in the legal field, we've got a paralegal assistant currently posted. And then we also have a technical advisor 2. The technical advisor 2 does require a law degree, but it is a good entry-level legal position because you don't need experience to apply for a technical advisor 2. And these are all posted on the Illinois.jobs2web website. Next slide, please. So benefits, I know Brittany with corrections just covered a lot of these, but I'll just briefly go over the some of our benefits, and these apply to all state government agencies. So we have really great health insurance. We have a variety of plans that we can pick from. We get dental, life, and vision insurance. These all start day one of employment. We also get a generous paid time off. We get up to 2 weeks of vacation per year, 12 sick days per year, 3 personal days to use every year. And then we get, I think, 13 paid holidays off right now. And if you go and have a baby or adopt a child or foster a child, you can also get 10 weeks off paid maternity leave. And if your partner also works for the state, we also have a paternal leave. So that's really great, the 10 weeks paid time off. Also for retirement, we have a pension. Most companies don't offer a pension anymore, so we still have one. We don't have to put any money into that. But when we retire, we get to reap the rewards of the pension. There's also deferred compensation, which is another program that you can join if you're interested, where you can have money deducted from your paycheck and put into a deferred comp. That's an additional retirement. As Brittany said, there's a lot of promotional opportunities. You can join Upward Mobility if you're interested, or if you don't have to, you can promote without going through Upward Mobility. But as she said, a lot of employees do switch between agencies. They might promote up to higher paying positions. So there's a lot of room for growth. The Upward Mobility program is a great way to help you if you wanted to go back to school and get a degree, or if you just need help promoting into certain titles. Upward Mobility definitely can help with that. Also, as state government employees, we all qualify for the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program through the federal government. So if you have federal student loans, this is a program you can apply for to help pay off those loans once you've made 10 years of qualifying payments and the remainder of the loans forgiven. We work 37.5-hour work weeks. We do have a lot of positions that do have overtime opportunities as well. And then there's a lot of other benefits for working for the state. This is just a few of them. Next slide, please. So to contact us, you can email us anytime. We have a whole bunch of recruiters that will respond to your email at dcfs.employment@illinois.gov. You can also call our Office of Employee Services. We have a Chicago office and a Springfield office. So you can call that either one of those locations anytime and ask for a recruiter. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. We post a lot of information on upcoming events on our social media. And then, of course, if you ever know of any child abuse or neglect that's occurring, please email or call us and report that. You can do so anonymously. And then I really do hope that you all stop by our booth today. You can talk to me, Lori, and Shannon. We'll be available to assist you with any questions you might have. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. Up next, we have Amelia Gavina with the Department of Human Services. Amelia?
Yes, hi, my name's Amelia Gavina, and I'm with the Illinois Department of Human Services Bureau of Recruitment and Hiring. I've been part of IDHS for going on 3 years in February. Prior to IDHS, I worked in recruitment for 25 years in a hospital, school district, and county government setting. So next slide, please. All right, so who is IDHS? Well, IDHS is one of over 80 agencies that report directly to the state of Illinois. We are one of the largest agencies. We have about 13,300 employees, and we are in the business of helping. We help the residents of Illinois gain access to social human services, programs, and resources to enhance their lives. For example, access to food, shelter, affordable childcare, and healthcare coverage. Our services reach one in every third resident in Illinois. So we are quite busy at IDHS. We are composed of 6 divisions, which is the Division of Developmental Disabilities, And they have 7 developmental centers that operate 24/7 throughout the state of Illinois. We also have the Division of Mental Health. They also operate 7 facilities that operate 24/7, and these facilities can be found throughout the state of Illinois. We have the Division of Family and Community Services, and they manage services and programs such as WIC, Medicaid, SNAP, cash assistance, affordable child care services, and healthcare services. The Division of Rehabilitation Services has about 75 offices and 3 schools for the deaf and visually impaired, and they help people with disabilities achieve independent living through employment and educational programs. The Division of Substance Use and Prevention and Recovery, they fund over 1,000 programs statewide that offer preventative treatment, recovery, and intervention services. The Division of Early Childhood administers community-based prevention and intervention programs to strengthen capacity of children, adolescent women and men to make healthy decisions, utilize support systems, access opportunities, and achieve self-sufficiency. Next slide, please. So here is a list of our high need titles. Now these positions require college coursework and or an Illinois professional license. And we continuously hire for these titles throughout the year in various sites within the state of Illinois. To highlight a few of these titles, we have the Social Services Career Trainee. This is a very popular position, and what this individual does is they meet with clients, they assess the client's case and recommend which programs and services they may qualify for, and then guide them through the application process to access those services. The activity therapists, they develop and provide groups and individual activity therapy programs to meet the interests and needs of our residents. The rehabilitation counselor trainee works with clients on helping them gain and maintain competitive employment. They also help clients access resources and services to help them remain living independently in their homes and in their communities. And then we also, of course, have the accountants on here, accountant 1, or I should say accountant technician 1, and registered nurse 1 and 2. Next slide. So these are high need titles that we also, again, continuously hire throughout the year. And these titles require more of a high school diploma or GED and or some college courses. One of the most popular positions on this list, I would say, is the mental health technician trainee. And that position is equivalent to like a CNA. The nice thing though is that IDHS does not require a CNA certificate. So basically what the mental health technician does is they work directly with our nurses in providing direct patient care and assisting with daily living needs of our residents. We also have support service workers. This position works in either food and nutrition or housekeeping, and they prepare and serve food. And then the housekeeping support service workers maintain the facility, make sure everything is nice, clean, and healthy. The public aid eligibility rep, they greet and obtain the necessary information from persons applying for public assistance. They explain the various programs and set up our clients to meet with one of our intake specialists. The rehabilitation case coordinator performs routine clerical tasks. They maintain client files, records, and documentation in our counseling offices. The store clerk works in a warehouse environment. They perform manual labor and routine clerical record keeping tasks and shipping and receiving, as well as inventory. And then the account tech 1, this position performs basic accounting clerical duties in our offices. Next slide. IDHS offers a robust benefit package, and the best part is that there is no waiting period. The benefits kick in on day 1. All positions that we offer are full-time. Every once in a while, we may offer a part-time position, but it's usually for a registered nurse position. Outside of that, all of our positions, for the most part, are full-time and do include a full-time benefit package. Our benefits include health, dental, vision insurance. Let's see here, vacation, personal days, holidays as well. We offer tuition reimbursement of up to 100%. If you speak a second language, that is a huge plus at our agency. You are paid an additional 5% of your annual salary for utilizing your second language. Next, please. If you are interested in applying for a position at IDHS, the first thing you want to do is visit our website, and there you're going to find the most current vacancies. The website is very user-friendly. You can create a job search through titles, location, city, county, and job category. Also keep in mind that our jobs post for 10 business days. So if you see something that interests you, you don't really want to wait, because once the position closes, you're not able to apply for that title until the position becomes available again. And it could be months to maybe even a year before you see that title again. So definitely apply right away. There is no limit as far as how many jobs you can apply for. So I think that's one of the key things when you're applying with the government is, don't take it personal if we didn't contact you for an interview or offer you a job the first time you applied. You want to consistently apply for those job titles that you are truly interested in. I also recommend that you create job alerts for specific titles. This will ensure you receive an email notifying you when these specific titles become available. That way you don't miss out on any future opportunities. Once you apply, you should give it at least 30 to 45 days from the closing date to hear back on next steps. And you can also check the status of your application by logging back into your profile. Now, in order to apply on our website or create job alerts, you will need to create an applicant profile first. Next slide. All right, here. So if you have any questions regarding the presentation today or in the future regarding a specific position or any question, please keep in touch. Here is our contact information. You can email us at dhs.recruitment@illinois.gov, and we will respond within 24 hours. Our website on where you can create or view our open vacancies is also listed. And if you want to learn more about IDHS, our website is on the slide as well. Stay in touch. I recommend that you visit our website, at least every other week. At the end of the day, you're really going to get out of it what you put into it. And the best thing is to, be consistent. Don't give up. Continue to apply. And other than that, I have other tips to share with you, and hopefully I will meet you in the breakout room. Thank you for your time.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Amelia.
You're welcome.
Our final presenter is Sonia Gove of the Department of Veterans Affairs. Sonia, are you available to present?
I am. Can you hear me okay?
I sure can.
Great. So my name is Sonia Gove. I am the HR specialist. I work out of central office located in Springfield. The Illinois Department of Veteran Affairs, the mission is simple: to empower veterans and their families to thrive. So what we do is all to support our veterans, but you do not need to be a veteran to work at IDVA. We have 5 veterans homes throughout Illinois. They are located in Manteno, LaSalle, Quincy, Anna, and our newest location is in Chicago, which I am currently here at. We have an in-person job fair going on right now. And we currently are filling vacancies in all departments here in Chicago. Our main office is in Springfield, Illinois. We have multiple Veteran Service Office locations throughout the state, and those are to help current veterans learn about their benefits and help them get either educational or any type of service injury benefits. Also just support in any way. The website is listed there. The Chicago Veterans Home, there's a picture of our facility. It is less than 2 years old, and we have been staffing it for the past year. Next slide, please. High need official and administrator job titles. These are just some of those, especially those that are either soon to be posted or currently posted. Of course, nursing supervisors, social service director, restorative unit director. They'll all fall under the PSA options, either 8N or 8S. High need professional job titles include registered nurses 1 and 2, and our registered nurses are 12-hour shifts. So we have them from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Social workers, we are currently posted for that title. You do have to have a master's and your license in social work. Dietary manager 1, and for that you either need your dietary manager certificate or a dietitian certificate. Health information administrator, we are looking for an RHIA certificate. And then MDS care plan coordinator, and you do need to be certified as an MDS. Next slide, please. Technical jobs right now, licensed practical nurse. Since this is a new facility here in Chicago, we posted for licensed practical nurse recently, and once we fill those positions, we will be posting again. So if you do have your, if you are an LPN and you're interested, those hours, they are not on a 12-hour shift, they are an 8-hour shift. So we don't have them on a 12-hour at this time. Also, paraprofessional jobs. Our equivalent to a CNA is the Veteran Nursing Assistant Certified. It's short, I mean, it's basically, it's short for it is VNAC. We call them the VNAC, Veteran Nursing Assistant Certified, but basically that's the CNA. So if you are interested, absolutely. We are always hiring for CNAs, and we currently do have postings out there for that position. Administrative support titles, property and supply clerk. Property and supply clerk 3, and that one, I have another slide where I show what is currently posted. So service maintenance job titles are cook 2, and support service workers. We do have housekeeping and dietary, and many of our other presenters have already gone into the description of the positions, and they're the same for us here as well. Next slide, please. So these are the currently posted positions and the soon to be posted. We do have also soon to be posted once we finish working what we're working, the list that we're working on right now from the last applications. We will be posting the support service workers, mainly for our dietary, but we do also post for housekeeping as well. Next slide. Just as the other agencies have described, these are just some of the highlights, but we have all the employment benefits. On your first day, you are covered for that health insurance. You just need to select which provider. But also one of the things is from the outside, a lot of times they don't give you enough time. You will get sick time each month, and that sick time is given to you at the beginning of the month. You get 3 personal days, and as well as we have vacation days throughout the year that get accumulated. But these are some of our highlights from our benefits as well. Next slide. IGVA, I'm highlighting the Chicago home. I'm assuming that most of those online, but again, we have also various positions, And I was at the Mantino job fair as well, and participated in the virtual for Quincy. So I'm well aware of what types of vacancies we have at all our locations. But being here in Chicago, if you have specific to it, I'd be more than happy to answer your questions. The contact here is Edith Feliciano, and there's the information. If you can't get a hold of her, you can contact Lynette Adams Williams. And if you also need some more support, we are available at central office, myself and Alexandra Puchetti. Feel free to contact us if you have any questions or have any issues. If you're working on your profile, if you would like to know more about a position, anything at all, I will also be available in the breakout rooms, and I can go into detail with the positions and vacancies and what the merits are, the requirements for those positions. Next slide. If you would like to see our home here in Chicago, there is a virtual tour available on YouTube, and it goes into everything that we have. It's a beautiful building and wonderful people. To apply, you can also go ahead and use the QR code. It will take you to the Illinois Jobs to web. And if you would like to do a search, you can go by agency, you can go by county, however you would like to limit your search. Again, my name is Sonia Gove, and I hope to see you at the breakout room.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Sonia. We actually have
Thank
one
you.
more presenter. I'm going to go ahead and introduce him. And Sal, you can go ahead and share your screen when you're able to. But we also have IDES, the Illinois Department of Employment Security, on the call. And I will turn things over to Salvador Lopez to share the information he has. Sal?
Unmute. That works. Good morning. Can you see the screen?
Yep, I sure can.
Okay. So I'm going to go over what IDS does and the services we provide specifically to veterans, but also the people seeking employment. All right, so I'm Sal Lopez. I'm a local veteran employment representative. I was an avionics technician with the Marine Corps for 5 years. We're going to go over who we are and what we do at IDS, why we support Illinois veterans, how we support Illinois veterans, and how you can get connected with support. We're IDS. All right, so 4 of the things that we provide are unemployment insurance benefits, and I'm sure you're all aware of this. You know, you get laid off, or certain people get fired, go collect unemployment benefits. We provide employment services. We have a network of employers that we work with. Technically, we work with any employer who's willing to work with us. We provide business services, and that's what I do. I help connect job-seeking veterans to employers. So I don't provide the service to the veteran, I provide the service to the employer. We have DVOP who provides services to the veterans. So don't think that I'm saying that we don't provide services to veterans. I'm just saying that my job is to help businesses and educate them on why they should hire veterans. And we could also provide labor market information for employers or job seekers. Maybe somebody wants to go in a certain job and they don't know how much it pays. We go over that. Same as an employer. If they have an open position, they might be paying too little, and that's why nobody wants to apply for their job. So we tell them how much certain jobs go for. So the number of Illinois veterans is starting to decrease. Veterans are moving out, and unemployment is also going down. So we don't see too many veterans. We're not seeing too many veterans right now. Previous years we were flooded with veterans. But the veterans we are seeing are more likely to be in management and professional fields. And then we have other veterans who are more likely to be in production, transportation, and material moving careers, the TDL sector. And other veterans are more likely to be into natural resources, construction, maintenance fields. There's approximately 628,000 veterans in Illinois, and that's a population of the Albany metropolitan area in New York. It's a pretty big population. This is how we support Illinois veterans. We provide employment and support services, special programs, and partnerships, and I'm gonna go over it right now. Our special programs include veteran services, reentry employment services, disability employment services, and apprenticeships. For the veteran services, again, we have our DVOP and our leavers like myself who help veterans. Well, the DVOPs help veterans with their job counseling. We have ES people who see employment security people who see most of veterans. The DVOP only sees about 30% of the most needy veterans. Let's say that. Once a veteran is considered job ready, their resume is given to the leaver, which is somebody who does my job, and I can assist with getting that resume to an employer and hopefully get the veteran an interview. We also provide reentry employment services. We go to prisons and assist people getting out, and we also have a veteran equivalent to it. I forgot what it's called, but we go in prisons and assist veterans who are about to get out and try to teach them what's required of them, and hopefully we can find them employment. There's also disability employment services, and that's part of the what DevOps do. Employment services people see veterans who don't really need too much help, but the DVOP, the Disabled Veterans Employment Representative, is the person who assists veterans who have significant barriers to employment. And both the DevOps and leavers provide apprenticeship opportunities, or we network with employers who provide apprenticeship opportunities, and we refer veterans to them. We're part of the Jobs for Veterans State Grant Program. That includes just 2 jobs, a DVOP and a leaver. We refer to the leaver as the Veterans Business Specialist because nobody knows what a leaver is. And as I said, we talk to business about hiring veterans, develop relationships with employers, advocate for all veterans, and train staff and our partner staff on how to better serve veterans. The DVOP, or Veterans Career Coach, they provide one-on-one help to the veterans. They hold events like job fairs and share resources with veterans, and they assist with job placement opportunities that the leaver with the leaver's connections. I'm sorry. And the ES reps, employment service reps, they provide one-on-one career service to everyone, veterans and non-veterans. They connect all job seekers to participate in events for IDES and our partner staff. Veterans who are eligible for DVOP and leaver service, they have to have served for more than 180 days and have received anything other than a dishonorable discharge or release from active duty with a service-connected disability or with a sole survivorship discharge or participated during a period of war or in a campaign expedition for which a campaign badge is authorized, or they have served under the reserves and served in active duty for more than 180 days total. We provide priority of service to veterans in employment, training, and placement services. And in all of Illinois jobs, we provide veterans preference. That means that all the state agencies provide extra points for certain veterans. I believe it's 5 points for active duty and 5 points for being a disabled veteran, so up to 10 total. So if you score a 90, you can get up to 10 extra points. And we can connect you with supportive agencies like our partners, DHS, DRS, our WIOA partners. And we can connect you with occupations, education, financial aid information with CIS. And here are some additional services that we partner with. The ESGR, Yellow Ribbon Reintegration Program, Veteran Readiness and Employment, and HVRP. They're one of our very close partners. They are under the same program that funds us. The DOL Vets, Veteran Education Training Services, and we're mandated to work together to wholly service homeless veterans and veterans facing low income and issues as such. We also work with the VA, DAV, and other veteran service agencies to assist these veterans. And just an FYI, employers can receive a federal tax credit for hiring certain veterans and other target populations. All right, so here's an email for the Greater Veteran Services in Illinois, myvetrep@illinois.gov. Include that information and they should get back to you shortly with the assistance you need. It could be to the DAV. I'm sorry, IDVA. I am so sorry. It could be to us, it could be to CMS. So depending what your needs are, they're gonna give you a proper referral. And thank you for your time. I'm Sal Lopez, local veteran employment representative for IDES.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Sal.
Thank you.
At this time, we will go ahead and begin the breakout room portion. And I want to let you know how this portion of the event will be structured and how the breakout rooms will work. So momentarily, we will open the breakout rooms or subrooms, and each state agency will have their own room that you'll be able to join. These rooms will remain open until the conclusion of the event. At that time, it will return all of us back into this main room that we're currently in. You'll be free to move around to the different rooms during this time. And I really encourage you to do so because it's an excellent opportunity to pick the brains of all of our great state agency partners on the call today. And so when we start the breakout rooms in a moment, you'll see an icon titled breakout rooms. Carter, could you go to the next slide, please? Excellent, thank you. You'll see an icon titled breakout rooms as pictured on the slide there. And until the rooms have been open, you won't see this as an option in the toolbar, but again, you will see it in a few moments here. And this is in the same spot where you see the chat and participants icon. Depending on the size of your screen, you may have to click more to see this option. If you have an older version of Zoom, you may not see the option to join a breakout room, but you can download the most recent version of Zoom with the link zoom.us/download that I'll add in the chat. Alternatively, if you just don't see the breakout rooms icon, you can just let Carter or I know in the chat or unmute yourself of which room you'd like to join. We can place you in there. And if you're joining by phone too, the link provides downloads for mobile devices as well. And in downloading the most recent version of Zoom, it may force you to leave the session, but please rejoin as soon as you're able. And so after clicking on the breakout rooms icon, you'll then be able to see which employer breakout room that you're able to join. Towards the end of the breakout room session, there will be a 1-minute warning, letting everybody know that the rooms will close. Once this minute is up, we'll all return back into this main room and conclude our event. And so we'll now go over a couple of the remaining slides here. Carter, if you want to go to the next slide. Actually, do one more if you don't mind. Perfect, thank you. So everyone's allowed to move freely throughout all the breakout rooms and will be able to unmute themselves once they've entered a room. You'll not be allowed to monopolize or take up an employer's time. So once you've asked your question and received a response, you'll need to mute yourself to allow others the same opportunity. You may share your video and camera, but please be respectful and professional. If you don't abide by these rules and you opt to be disruptive or inconsiderate to others, will receive a warning and you may be removed entirely from the call. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and open up the rooms now. Okay, so the rooms are open, so you should see that Zoom icon in the toolbar, but if not, just let us know which room you'd like to attend by entering it in the chat, and we will place you in there. And again, you are free to move around to the different rooms here. If there is a room you'd like to join, you can just enter the name of that room in the chat, or you can unmute yourself and we can place you in there. Hi, Francisco. What do you need assistance with? And feel free to unmute yourself as well. right, I will, Francisco, I'm gonna go ahead and place you in the room with Brittany, which is the Department of Corrections. So give me one moment and I'll transfer you over there. All right, thank you, everyone. Welcome back to the main room. We are going to go ahead and close out. I want to thank all of our participating state agencies for getting on the call today and sharing the opportunities that are available for job seekers, especially veterans in Illinois. And I encourage everyone to follow up, be in contact with them, reach out and apply to these positions. And I wanted to remind everyone that this session has been recorded and will be uploaded to Illinois WorkNet's YouTube channel, which I'll share the link in the chat here now. And it might take a few days for this to get added, but we will certainly add it. And with that, again, I just want to thank everybody, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thanks, everyone.